काफी बड़ा परिवार है मेरा, यही संसार है मेरा। हर दिन मेरी कोशिश है इसे हरा भरा रखने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को मजबूत बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश घर को जीता जागता बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश बड़ों की सेवा की, कुछ कोशिश छोटों को बड़ा बनाने की, कुछ कोशिश नई दिशाएं दिखाने की, कुछ कोशिश उत्साह जगाने की। देश नाम है मेरे संसार का, इंडिया नाम है मेरे परिवार का। टाटा, कोशिश जिम्मेदारी निभाने की।
Gentlemen, welcome to the 24th cluster of Tata Crucible Campus Quiz 2023. This is the final cluster of this edition of Tata Crucible, and this is the cluster from Meghalaya, Tripura, Manipur and Mizoram. All these regions fall under this cluster. We have our contestants who are also from this region. Let me quickly introduce them to you and then get cracking with the wild card. Our first contestant of the day is Adarsh, representing IIM Shillong. All right.
Hello all, it is great to be there.
Following him here today, joining us from NIT Agartala is Arpan.
Hi.
All right, there he is. Up next, representing IIM Shillong again is Abhishek.
Hi all, happy to be here.
All right. Up next is Saurav, representing IIM Shillong again. And finally, completing this lineup for us here today is Ravjot, again from IIM Shillong.
Hi all.
All right. It may look like a IIM Shillong wildcard here today, but we have one lone representative from NIT Agartala. Let's see what happens. All right. Good luck to all of you. The first question of this wildcard, the buzzers are open and they are sensitive, so please be very careful. Question number 1, here we go. Which or when Disney acquired Pixar, who from Pixar was taken on the board of Disney? He later on became the largest shareholder. Your options, Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. Go ahead, Adarsh is trying.
Yeah, it is Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is absolutely right. Adarsh getting the first one right, +1 to him. Let's move on to question number 2. Which company has got a ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange as BA? I'll help you out. Biocon or Boeing? BA. Saurav, go ahead. He's trying.
It's Boeing.
Boeing is absolutely right, giving him that +1. Good answer by Saurav there. Let's move on. Question 3. What was founded in 1972 as System Analysis and Programming Company? It's a German software programming company. There is a huge clue in the question. Huge clue in the questions. Ravjot, go ahead.
Yeah, it's SAP. SAP.
SAP, Systems Analysis and Programming. Absolutely right. +1 to Ravjot. Sometimes you just have to look at all the clues and deduce the answers from the clues that I give you. All right. Question number 4. Here we go. This courier and logistic giant's retail arm is called Kinko's. Which courier company am I talking about? Blue Dart or FedEx? Kinko's. Arpan, go ahead.
FedEx.
FedEx is absolutely right. Getting a +1 on that is Arpan. Ladies and gentlemen, you might think that this wildcard is moving along quickly. Believe me, I somehow have a feeling that we are going to get into a tiebreaker situation. Most of the times my predictions are right. Let's see what happens in this wildcard. Question number 5, here we go. Who owns brands like Raro and Longines? I'll help you out. The Swatch Group or Titan? Go ahead, Ravjot, he's trying.
The Swatch Group.
Swatch is absolutely right. He gets his +1. Moving into question number 6, here we go. It's a premium brand of crystal founded by Daniel Dash in 1895. Which brand is this that is known for its jewelry? Your options, Tiffany's or Swarovski. Adarsh, go ahead, is trying.
Swarovski, second option.
Swarovski. Do you know the answer or are you just trying, Adarsh?
No, I know actually.
You know the answer. All right, great. +1 to you. Absolutely right. The founder's full name actually is Daniel Swarovski. That is why there was a fill in the blank there. Swarovski giving him that +1. Good answer by Adarsh. Let's move on. Question 7. Which leading hotel chain owns brands like Conrad and mid-market Scandic? Your options, Hilton or Taj. Taj is also quite big today. Go ahead, Adarsh.
Hilton, option 1.
Hilton giving him +1. Good answer. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you where they stand. I have 3 more questions remaining. All right, with that, Hilton as a final answer that Adarsh gave me, he's on 3 points and he's leading. Close behind him is Ravjot with 2 points. I also have Arpan and Saurav on +1 each. 3 more questions remaining. As of now, all of them have an equal chance to qualify to that cluster final. Let's move on. Question 8. Which American retail chain won a copyright battle against Xing Bake, that is Xingbake? It's a Chinese chain which it claimed had copied the company's logo and its name. Oh, Saurav, go ahead. It doesn't need any more clues.
Is it Amazon?
Oh, taking a -1 on that. I wish you had waited for me, Saurav. I was going to give you a further clue that it is a coffee shop chain, and I had options for you. I would have given you Starbucks or CCD as an option. Starbucks, the right answer that I was looking for. What the problem actually was, not only does it look like the exact same logo, Xing Bake in Chinese, when they pronounce it, it sounds exactly like Starbucks. So that is why there was a huge issue that was going on, and Starbucks won that copyright battle. Let's move on. The penultimate question of this wild card. Here we go. Company founders J. Van Andel and Richard DeVos coined the name of this company in 1959. This organization calls itself a global leader in multi-level marketing. Which company am I talking about? Your options, Amway or Yoga Bear. Go ahead, Saurav.
Amway.
He has no choice but to try for this question because he took a negative earlier. +1. Absolutely right. Amway giving him that +1. One final question remaining. Adarsh and Ravjot decided to just sit back and watch the show. Now they know they are through into the cluster final. They're smiling there. But I have Arpan on 1 point, Saurav on 1 point. Abhishek is on 0. But with the final question, if he gets a +1, we have a tiebreaker. Let's see what happens. The final question. Here we go. Which Indian bank have PV Sindhu and Shefali Verma endorse or have been a brand ambassador of? Your options, Bank of Baroda or Canara Bank. Go ahead, Abhishek.
Bank of Baroda.
Ladies and gentlemen, my predictions come true. +1, absolutely right. Abhishek getting it right there. And with that, with 3 points, Adarsh from IIM Shillong moves into that cluster final fair and square. And joining him from IIM Shillong again with 2 points is Ravjot. But now we have a tiebreaker that we will have between Arpan, Abhishek and Saurav. One last slot remaining in that cluster final, and the three of them will battle it out for that final spot. Question number 1, here we go. Fortune, People, and Sports Illustrated are all part of which media giant? Your options: Time Warner or Times of India. Go ahead, Abhishek.
Time Warner.
Time Warner. Sometimes you just have to be quick on the buzzer, wait for the apt opportunity that you get, and be quick on that buzzer. He gets that +1, and Abhishek from IIM Shillong joins Adarsh and Ravjot also from IIM Shillong into that cluster final. Ladies and gentlemen, we have identified the top 3 who have moved into the cluster final. Now it's time for me to move into the second wild card and see whom among them will join these guys into that cluster final. You don't go anywhere and join me in the next wild card. I will see you there.
Why should the road tell me where to go?
Why should anything come between me and the stars?
Why should impossible stop me?
Why shouldn't I make space for the unexpected?
Why shouldn't that feel like this?
How would here look like from there, or there, or there?
Every journey brings its own questions. You bring your own reply.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the second wild card of the 24th cluster of Tata Crucible Campus Quiz 2023. This is the last cluster of this edition, which means after this we move into the zonals and the big national finale. This cluster consists of regions like Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, and Manipur. So the students who are here with us today are from these regions. Let me quickly introduce them to you and then get cracking with this wildcard. Our first contestant of the day, representing IIM Shillong, is Ashish. There he is. Representing IIM Shillong again is Rohan. Again from IIM Shillong is Ansh. And completing the lineup for us here today is Rohit, also from IIM Shillong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it looks like it is an IIM Shillong quiz, but this is the wild card from Tata Crucible, from the beautiful hills of Shillong there, all of them joining us from IIM. All right, question number 1 of this wild card, here we go. It was originally known as Galvin Manufacturing Company after its founders, Paul and Joseph Galvin. Which American telecommunications company am I talking about? I'll help you out, Motorola or Vodafone. Go ahead, Rohit is on the buzzer.
Is it Vodafone?
Vodafone is UK based. Rohit getting a -1 on that. I mentioned in the very beginning that it's an American telecommunications company, getting a -1. He still has 9 more questions. He can easily bounce back. So let's move on to question number 2. Konosuke Matsushita was a Japanese industrialist who founded this company that claims to be the largest Japanese consumer electronics company. Which company am I talking about? Go ahead, Rohan. Unmute yourself, Rohan.
Panasonic.
Panasonic is absolutely right. Rohan getting that +1. All right, let's move on. Question 3. AdWords is the popular text-based pay-per-click program launched. Ashish, not needing any more clues. Go ahead, Ashish.
Google.
Google AdWords, giving him +1. Absolutely right. Let's move on to question number 4. Since 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog is the flagship character and mascot of which giant in the computer games industry? Ashish, go ahead.
Sega.
Sega, absolutely right, giving him another +1. All right, let's move on to question number 5. Here we go. Reebok has a series of Allen Iverson shoes called Answer. What was the first collection that was launched after him in 1996 called? Your options: the Joker or the Question. Oh, no one going on this. All right, the time is up. The shoes that Reebok launched after this, he's a sports star actually, Allen Iverson, that was called Answer. The next one that they launched is called The Question. All right, moving on. Question number 6. Here we go. Lola V is a hair care brand by which Friends TV series actor? Your options: Jennifer Aniston or Courtney Cox. No Friends fan here. All right, no one trying. Okay, the right answer that I was looking for is Jennifer Aniston. They're being very careful. They do not want to take a negative. I understand that. Let's move on to question number 7. Here we go. What is the name of the academic paper search site offered by Google? Google Scholar or Google Analytics? Rohit, go ahead.
Google Scholar.
Rohit very badly wants to negate that -1 he took early on in this wild card, and he gets that +1. He's absolutely right. Google Scholar is what I was looking for. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Here we go. Who owns one of the largest manufacturer of tissue product, most notably the Kleenex brand? Your options: Pampers or Kimberly and Clark? Kimberly Clark, not Kimberly and Clark. Go ahead, Rohit.
Kimberly and Clark.
Kimberly Clark is absolutely right. He gets that +1. All right, 2 more questions remaining. Let me tell you where all of them stand. Ashish is on +2. Rohan and Rohit are both on +1 each. Technically, Rohit should have been on +2, but since he took that negative early on, he's on +1. Ansh is yet to score. 2 more questions remaining. At this point in time, all of them have an equal chance to qualify to that cluster final. The penultimate question of this wild card, here we go. Who is the current CEO of Disney? Robert Iger or Michael Eisner? Go ahead, Ashish, on the buzzer.
Bob Iger. He came back recently.
+1 to you. Absolutely right. Bob Iger or Robert Iger is absolutely right. He gets a +1. The final question of this wild card, here we go. Which soap brand from Karnataka roped in the flamboyant batsman MS Dhoni? Ashish, go ahead.
Mysore Sandal Soap.
Mysore Sandal Soap is absolutely right. MS Dhoni was one of the brand ambassadors of Mysore Sandal Soap. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 points, Ashish from IIM Shillong moves into that cluster final fair and square, and joining him with 1 point each, both representing IIM Shillong, are Rohan and Rohit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have identified the 3 who have moved into that cluster final. The cluster final is going to be very interesting. So you hold on and watch the finale. We hope to see you there.
This picnic was a great idea.
थैंक यू।
Candlelight dinner of sandwiches.
पर ब्रेड बटर तो लिए नहीं, आज सेल डे नहीं है ना?
What? ब्रेड बटर खरीदने के लिए forget that Thursday sale. Big basket है, हर दिन सस्ता. Big savings, big basket.
Dumbest idea ever.
big hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you. You're with me, Pick Brain, here today as we pick action at the Tata Crucible for Campuses 2023. And this time around, it's our final cluster number 24. You've seen 23 champions move into the next frontier of the game. We're waiting for the last one to join them before we move into the zonal rounds. With us here today, the first among them qualifying into this final, let's welcome Adarsh. Welcome to you.
Thank you. Hello all.
Neighboring Adarsh as our second finalist here today, with us is Abhishek. Welcome, Abhishek.
Hi all, happy to be here.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Welcome to you too. As our third contender here today, we have with us Ravjot. Welcome, Ravjot.
Hi all.
And neighboring Ravjot is Ashish. Welcome, Ashish. All right. Elections are 1 year away, but he's got the victory sign flashing. And the next contender coming up here today is Rohit. Welcome to you, Rohit. And completing our lineup here today is Rohan from I Am Shillong. So all of them from that beautiful institute, arguably perhaps the most beautiful location of the IIMs. That could be a competition in itself, whether, which of them is more beautiful. But Shillong certainly up there among one of the really beautiful ones. Time for us, therefore, to get started with this final 50, the value. If you could hold up your buzzers, and we unlock it for you to start playing the game. Starting with the first frontier, time for our contenders to think. Here it is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, questions will appear on your screen as visuals. I will support them with an audio narrative. I need your buzzers to be up, please, so we're able to catch it in the camera frame. Adarsh. Yeah, thanks, guys. If you could just have it there, that'll help us. Starting with the first one, hands on the buzzer. Question on your screen now. Two people, Narayan Murthy and this gentleman, are the only two winners from India of the IEEE Founders Medal. Who is this gentleman? Adarsh has gone for it. Go ahead, Adarsh.
Ajay Premji.
Oh, misfiring on that one, not even waiting for my options. The answer, F.C. Kohli. In a hurry, the man who created Tata Consultancy Services, in many ways, created the IT industry of India because TCS was the first pioneer. Moving on to the next one on your screen now. This man's name is Arthur Baldwin Turner. He created a weekly newspaper at that time, later became a magazine in New York in 1892. Is it Cosmopolitan or Vogue? To this day, an iconic magazine. Ashish.
Cosmopolitan.
We'll give you a -50 as well. Well, we've got two -50s coming in as we go to the third one on your screen now. This is a famous print campaign by an automobile giant who always takes pride in being small. Automobile giant who always takes pride in being different and being small. Rohan's gone for it. Mike Rohan.
Volkswagen.
Lovely. +50 to him on Volkswagen. He's got that right. As we go to the next one on your screen now. This is a person who coined the term the Internet of Things. Is this Kevin Ashton? Oh, Rohan's gone for it without the options. Go ahead, Rohan.
It is Kevin Ashton.
It is Kevin Ashton, he says, and he gets another 50. He's playing well, early days. Here's the next one coming on your screens now. Identify this institution of great significance in agriculture and rural development in India. Ashish has gone for it. Yes, Ashish.
NABARD.
Lovely. Lovely quality answer. NABARD is absolutely right. He'll negate the 50 that he had lost. Final one coming up on your screen now. This is Tata Engage. It is a platform to encourage a combined power of 70,000 Tata employees into what particular movement that the Tatas are driving in India? Is it social contributions or volunteerism? Ashish is going for it.
Volunteering.
Beautiful answer. Volunteering is becoming a very big concept globally. The Tatas are pioneering that in India, volunteerism will give him a 50. Early days in this final, you need to permit me to take a very quick break. On the other side, the final from IIM Shillong, the final from Cluster 24. Stay with us. The break is really quick enough that you could probably order on a big basket. They are the only ones who will deliver in that speed. Well, back in just a moment.
उससे मिलके I feel like a child again. वो हमेशा दिखाती है मुझे bright side. She is nature और मैं हूँ her finest creation. Nature's finest by Mia.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Pig Brain, watching cluster number 24 from the hills of Shillong, because all the 6 of them are from IIM Shillong. It's a year when the IIMs have actually done very well at Tata Crucible across locations, but this is thorough domination from one cluster of the Northeast. As we move on to our second cluster part, which is our second segment, time for us to pick some questions from the world of collaborations. Here it is. Hands on the buzzer, rules remain the same as we start with the first one coming up on your screen now. Out of Crisis was written by a great statistician, thinker, and expert in the world of quality control. A famous medal is given in his honor and won by several companies in India for excellence in quality. Is this Malcolm Baldrige or Edward Deming? Abhishek has gone for it. Yes, Abhishek?
Edward Deming.
Is correct. The Deming medal is of great repute in the world and, of course, in India. As we go to the next one on your screens now. Overall answer is what matters. It will take you to an important beverage, which would cover everything. Ashish is giving it a shot. You got to join the dots. Go ahead.
I guess it's Red Bull.
How do you say that?
F1, they have a team, and Red Bull was a partnership between an Austrian entrepreneur and Dan Crewing, a Thai drink.
Superb, superb. Ashish has got the drift absolutely right. He gets a 50. He's playing well. He's got to 100. On to the next one. Hands on the buzzer. Question coming up for you. Overall answer now. We're looking for a famous fictional character. Ashish in a flash. Go ahead, Ashish. Fictional character.
I'm guessing it's James Bond.
Beautiful. Beautiful quizzing. Ashish is good at lateral thinking. He's got himself another 50. All brands, including Land Rover, endorsed by James Bond. As we go to the next one on your screen now. The Hoover Medal. IIM Shillong. Saubhagya. Another location. What are we talking about? Abhishek.
Sustainability.
You got to give me a much better answer. Well, your campus out there, great name. Nobody on that. He's given a wrong answer. So he'll get a minus 50 on that. The answer is the one and only Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Well, for reasons that you would know or you should know. Unfortunately, his last day in this world was on your campus. That's probably, in a sense, a matter of pride that you celebrate a great life like him. Saubhagya Wet Grinder is a famous story where they gave him a grinder and he sent back the money to them. And of course, all the others from the Hoover Medal going to him, all being a tribute to Dr. Kalam. So plus 50 being lost out on that. I thought this was easy in a sense. But we move to the next one on your screens. Again, overall answer matters. Here it is. Traf O Data was their considered name. It was a business partnership. Ashish has gone for it.
Bill Gates.
Lovely. Oh, Ashish is really beginning to blaze through this quiz. He's quick, he's fast, and he is perfectly correct with that answer. Ashish playing really well on that one as the boys from IIM Shillong are battling with each other for that 24th slot in the national zonals for Tata Crucible this year. As we go to the next question, hands on that buzzer, question appearing now. This is, Ashish.
So this is an advertisement that was done by Louis Vuitton before the FIFA World Cup.
Ashish getting another 50 cracker of an answer. He is in sublime form. He just saw it and he was off in a flash. Louis Vuitton was absolutely perfect. As we go to the next one, on that buzzer, here we go. Chupa Chups is a famous brand. Which great artist created this logo? Is it Louis Lally or Salvador Dali? Ravjot is giving it a shot this time. Yeah, Ravjot.
Salvador Dali.
Is correct. The great Salvador Dali was the one who actually created that logo and some brilliant campaigns for Chupa Chups. On to the next one. On your screens now. This is a film production company that's co-founded by Ritesh Sidhwani and Farhan Akhtar. The name, Ashish has gone for it.
Excel Entertainment.
Superb. Absolutely superb. He moves on to 300. He's really beginning to nail this quiz in style if he's going to continue this way. Few more to go in this round, after which I'll show you the scores. Here's the next one coming up now. This is a media mogul. He gave 1 billion to the United Nations Foundation. Rohan's giving this a shot.
Ted Turner.
Correct. Absolutely perfect. Ted Turner will give him a 50. He's on 150. So he's looking like the one who's most likely to challenge Ashish here. Ravjot needs one or two more answers. The quiz is slowly moving towards the final frontier, but let's see what happens on the next one now. Jane Fraser is the first female CEO of a top-tier. Ravjot, quick and fast.
It's Citibank.
Lovely.
Citibank.
I told you all, IIM Shillong is a very, very good quiz college. Especially in business quizzing. They've been doing very well at Tata Crucible and the scores are only justifying that. Superb answer in quick time as we go to the next one on screen now. This was a tribute by Google to a man who brought instant noodles to this world. Rohan's gone for it.
Was it Momofuku?
Is absolutely correct. Mr. Momofuku is the right answer. I think his full name was Momofuku Andy or Ando, however they pronounce it. But he gets himself a 50 on that and he moves to 200. So the battle's not really over. As we go to the last question in this segment on your screen now. Which media giant tried to identify leaders for the future of our nation by creating a campaign called Lead India? You would have been either in school or before that, I don't know. Nobody on the buzzer, 5 seconds running away. The answer, the Times of India. The Times of India ran a campaign called Lead India and identified a lot of youngsters in different vocations to represent what would be the future of this nation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, two frontiers done here at the last cluster final of Tata Crucible. But I'll tell you where they stand on the other side of this very short break. Back in just a moment.
Red. Christmassy. Yellow. Pink. तुम भी पिंक, मैं भी पिंक. दोनों गुलदस्ता लगेंगे.
आपकी आधी शाम भी इसी तरह अपने पसंद की शोज ढूंढने में निकल जाती है ना? एक ऐप, दूसरी ऐप, फिर तीसरी. डिसाइड करते करते इवनिंग ओवर. करेक्ट? इसलिए हमने डाउनलोड किया है टाटा प्ले बिंज. पाइए 22+ OTT एप्स के शोज, मूवीज, लाइव स्पॉट्स और बहुत कुछ एक ही जगह पे. यानी नो मोर ढूंढना, ओनली देखना.
तो आज ही टाटा प्ले बिंज डाउनलोड कीजिए. प्लान स्टार्ट एट ₹249.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're with me, Big Brain, watching cluster number 24 of Tata Crucible for campuses 2023. One among these 6 will qualify as that 24th champion, all 6 from IIM Shillong. So we know which college is winning. We don't know who from that college is winning. So it's a unique scenario of a quiz here. So Ravjot is on 100. Ahead of him on 200 is Rohan. Ahead of him on 300 is Ashish. So it's a really even-Steven battle here. Any of these 3 can really move forward. The others would have to play out of their skin at this stage to try and catch up with Ashish, because 300 is a very good score to be on. The final frontier of our game here today, it's time to lead. Here it is. It's a round when nothing appears on your screen. I read out the questions. You decide when you want to stop me. It's all about the power of speed and decision making. Well, the power of speed reminds me of how BB Now or Big Basket works. It's all on speed and precision. But for you, it's not just about precision and speed. It's also the accuracy with which you need to answer the question and decide when you are ready to press the buzzer. Because the moment you press the buzzer, I will stop reading the question as you are indicating you know the answer. For the moment, it's Ashish with his nose in front. Rohan's right behind him. The final frontier is going to make all the difference. Starting with the first one. Hands on the buzzer. Guys, if you could hold your mobiles up or the buzzers up into our screen view. Here we go. This identity is entirely based on the Matterhorn mountain peak. The brand is an extremely popular one across the world, selling majority of it at airports across this globe. The Matterhorn mountain has also become symbolic of the Swiss iconography. Ashish.
Toblerone.
Lovely. Lovely quizzing. Toblerone is absolutely right. From the world of chocolates, he's got that perfectly right. As we move to the next one. Hands on the buzzer. Question on your screen now. The Indian edition of this magazine was first published in 1954. It was published for many years by the Tata Group. Later, it went to others and is now published by the Living Media Group. The magazine itself became extremely popular for its unique size and extraordinary content. Which magazine was this which was brought into India and led by the Tatas in its early years? No one's on the buzzer on that. The answer that I was looking for is Reader's Digest. The Tatas bringing Reader's Digest into India in a sense and building it in the early years. As we go to the third one, 350 to 200, 4 questions remaining. Rohan might be careful to not lose on the second place because that's a good cash prize as well. And here's question number 3. This businesswoman took over the reins of the company after the death of her husband, Rohington, in 1996. The sudden turn of events led her to become a leader in an unlikely industry, which was manufacturing. She was succeeded by her daughter, Meher Padamji. The billionaire businesswoman is known for her phenomenal work and her association with a lot of charities. Who is this lady who led Thermax? Famous Indian iconic lady. She is very respected. Nobody on the buzzer. 5 seconds of time running away. The answer that I was looking for, Anu Aga. The doyen of that industry now, and for the way she shaped Thermax. On to the next one. Hands on the buzzer. A kimchi bond is a typical non-won dominated bond issued in which market or which country? Called a kimchi bond. Ashish has gone for it. Yes, Ashish.
Because the name says kimchi, I'm guessing Korea. South Korea.
Sorry, the last part?
South Korea.
Is absolutely correct. Because if you had said North Korea, we would be very interested because very few would know anything about North Korea. Well, on 400, this young man is really being sensational. I think the Crucible record for this year is 500. I'm not sure, my memory could be wrong, but if he gets the next two right, he might just get it. I think that was IIM Calcutta. I don't know, I'm not very sure. Someone from IMC, I think, called 500, but Ashish won't really worry about it as long as he goes to the next round. The battle could be interesting if Ravjot gets the next two right. And then it's going to be a battle between Ravjot and Rohan. Penultimate question, here we go. In the book, Where Have All the Leaders Gone? The author discusses characteristics of good leaders, from curiosity, creativity, communication skills, and common sense, being his 4 choices, and the ability to manage a crisis. The man himself is known to have led the development of Ford Mustang and Ford Pinto, a great automobile leader. Rohan. Half chance. Go on.
Lee Iacocca.
Is absolutely right. Oh, he's got that perfectly right on Lee Iacocca, and he clinches the runner-up title with that answer. As we go to the final question, here we go. During the 2010 Union Budget, the then Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee said that something should reflect and capture the Indian ethos and culture. What he announced gave 3,300 odd responses, of which a suggestion or a recommendation by one D. Uday Kumar was selected. What am I describing? Ravjot.
The Indian rupee symbol.
And do you know which city Uday Kumar hailed from or state?
No idea on that.
He's from Guwahati, and I think he was a professor at IIT Guwahati at the time. I don't know if he still is. And it was the Northeast which contributed to India's rupee symbol. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in that remarkable final that we have witnessed here today, albeit the battle being all between the IIM Shillong students, as they are expected to do well in that side of the terrain, which is also why we now have a second cluster where all the others compete. And we had a medical doctor winning that in the previous cluster, while in cluster number 24, it is like a favorite going through with IIM Shillong dominating with all the 6 slots. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me at this stage to take a look at the final scores, which is here on our screens. On 150 is Ravjot. He played well, but too far to get to 250 or 400. Rohan finishes runner-up here today with 250. Ashish finishes with an incredible 400. And if he continues to play the way he does, I will not be surprised if he's going to be at the national final at the Taj Mahal Palace. He certainly has it in him to get there, and we wish him luck. The way he played today was truly sublime and outstanding. So congratulations to our champions here, but to lend a message to all of you, It's my pleasure and privilege here today at the Northeast, as the Northeast becomes a very important sector for the Tatas, to bring in a very senior leader who is at the forefront of leading the Tata Group into that region in its expansion plans. He is a man from the hospitality business, a leader who's built a lot of these iconic hotels, currently heads the region of the Northeast and works out of the Taj at Guwahati, which is such a beautiful Taj in itself. He will also be delighted that Shillong has done extremely well, because that is perhaps his next post of halt, if I may call it, as they are looking at a property that would soon welcome guests in Shillong. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor, a very senior person from the Taj, from the Tata fraternity, Mr. Jayanta Das. Thank you so much, Mr. Das, for joining us. Truly appreciate your commitment to the quiz while you were still on the road to log in. Truly appreciate. The floor is yours, your words to these youngsters and about the region, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Giri, for this wonderful opportunity. A very good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be part of this Tata Crucible. I think we are into our 19th year, and what an amazing journey it's been. We all look forward to this Crucible in the Tatas, which is, I think, a great tool for us to connect with our leaders of tomorrow. So thank you once again, Giri, and to the entire team of Tata Crucible for making this happen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So as Mr. Giri said, I represent the ISCL, the Indian Hotels Company Limited, the flagship brand with the Taj. I'm based out of Guwahati, and my responsibilities are to take care of our business interests across all our 8 states of Northeast, Bhutan and Nepal. So I think since all of us are from the Northeast, it's an opportunity for me to say that I think it's all a great story, a story of northwards for Northeast now. It started from few years from now, and we see a huge potential, not only for hospitality industry, which of course is a huge opportunities that we have, but across other sectors as well. And for us, from the house of the Tatas, this is one area that we definitely want to participate in the growth story of the region. So I think we are all familiar that there's nothing much which really happened probably 8-10 years before across Northeast. The best part was that over the last 7 to 8 years, we've seen a lot of peace coming across Northeast. There's huge focus from the government of India and from also the state governments in terms of growth and development across Northeast. We've seen huge infrastructure focus. We've seen the ways airports are coming up across Northeast, and the connectivity, whether it's highways, railways, etc. I think there's a huge focus on that. And Northeast definitely deserves a lot more. And as an organization, we felt that we need to participate with the wonderful initiative that the government of India and the state governments have taken up in terms of development for Northeast. So as an hospitality chain, ISCL, the hotel that I'm currently in, Vivanta Guwahati, is a property which came up as early as 2015, and there's not much of growth which happened after that. But as I talk to you, over the next 3 months, with another 3 hotels opening, we'll have 8 hotels across Northeast and another 10 to 12 hotels that are at different stages of discussion, of different stages of development. So it speaks a volume about the focus that we have as an organization across Northeast. Apart from that, we have Assam Cancer Care Foundation, because unfortunately Assam has the highest growth rate of cancer compared to the national average. And we thought it was our responsibility to support the government so that we could, extend medical support to people, not only for Assam, but across the Northeast. And with that purpose in mind, Tata Trust has taken the initiative of forming the Assam Cancer Care Foundation, where we already have 8 hospitals in Assam operational, the cancer hospitals, and there are another 7 in the pipeline. So a total of around 15 hospitals, and this is of course an initiative in partnership with the government of Assam. The idea that we have is, as I said, considering the high, the growth rate of cancer in this region, the plan is that within 2 hours, wherever we are in Assam, 2 hours we could reach out to one of the referral hospitals, which are extremely well equipped, quite modernized in terms of the technical assistance and of course the medical support. There are few other sectors that we are trying to focus from the house of the Tatas, and it would be a bit premature for me to say that, but we are also working on even sectors like semiconductors, because we have few engineers here, semiconductors, etc., which is one initiative that we are taking, the Tatas have taken, right? We have a plant in Hosur, and we would not be surprised if we have one in Assam, but it's too premature because it's still at a discussion stage. Okay, so officially I would not comment, but then it speaks a lot about the focus that we have on Northeast. So Northeast is close to us, and we definitely are committed to the overall development of the region. So coming back to this wonderful Tata Crucible, many congratulations to all of you. I think all of you are winners, and I believe yesterday's we had a student from Medical College Guwahati who was part of the finalist team, right?
24, yes. He's moved to the next round.
Wonderful. So thank you once again, Giri, for giving this opportunity to connect to the future leaders of our country, and I'm sure many of them would be excited to be part of this Tata fraternity in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Das. It's truly amazing and heartening to hear the kind of strides that the Tatas are taking in the Northeast. I'm sure a lot of these youngsters would be interested for sure in the Tata Group. It is one of their aspirations. But for the moment, truly appreciate your time and your commitment to this quiz. Look forward to being with you in your properties. It hurts me to continue doing it online and not come there. So I do look forward to being there in those beautiful places. But thank you so much, Mr. Das, for your time. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Giri.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of that fantastic final, we culminate 24 clusters of Tata Crucible with Ashish from IIM Shillong dominating the final one and going into the nation's top 24 as the 24th champion. Finishing runner-up, of course, is Rohan, but I just get a feeling the other 4 there are saying the money belongs to all of us. Well, so the smiles explain that. It'll go into a kitty party, I guess. But that's a lot of money for a party. Maybe they'll have to go to the Taj to do that. But truly remarkable performance by IIM Shillong. The icing on the cake for the journey of 24 clusters. We will be back with you with the next set of zonals. And that certainly is going to be riveting, because the question is, who's going to go into the national final? All that and more from me and my young colleague Rashmi Furtado, but for now from me, Pig Brain, from all of us at the studios of Tata Crucible, thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.